Today I decided to go to my favourite art supply shop in the whole wide world, Officeworks. I love this place, I could live here. And I was walking through the store and I saw these bad boys and I thought, what can I do with metallic markers? So I purchased these and I thought surely I could come up with something fun, like a fun challenge for using, metallic markers. I'm pretty sure they're water-based markers and they've got a bullet nib, as you can see on the end. So I naturally experimented on black paper because that's what they suggest that you do, is use black paper. But I couldn't really come up with anything that I really liked. I don't know, it's like a different sort of drawing sort of technique that you've got to do with these markers, and I wasn't a huge fan. I don't know if it was just because it is hard to do an illustration with these that is normal. I suppose that's probably where I was going with it, but it was very shiny. So what I decided to do was compare these two, which is a gold Sharpie, which I believe is alcohol-based, and these water-based Staedtlers. So I did the first swatches on the black and white paper with the silver Staedtler, and as you can see, the silver Sharpie is it's not as opaque as the silver water-based, which was quite interesting. I don't know why. I would have thought the alcohol marker would have been way better, but on the white paper you can't see a difference. Like, I actually could not see the difference between these two. And the gold Staedtler had hints of silver through it, so it wasn't completely gold. And you can really see that on the black paper, but the gold Sharpie was very opaque, and it was definitely a darker, dirtier sort of gold colour, which, I thought was far better in that respect. And you can definitely see the difference from the black and the white paper. I decided that I actually liked working with the white paper better. So I decided to do a design on white paper, and I did this picture here. So I sort of took me a bit to work out what I was going to do with these markers and how I was going to incorporate them into a picture on white paper. And I decided to make them like these squares in the background and have them dripping with blood. So what I used for the blood was the pink marker, and it actually looked really, really nice. So I used these markers as like an accent color in the background, and like, to be honest with you, in coloring the jagged shapes in the background, I was actually quite impressed. Like, I was like, oh, this is actually working out really well. So I was very surprised. And yeah, as I got on, I was like, oh man, I think this picture is going to be awesome. Like, this is going to be a really good picture with these. Like, they were very opaque on the paper that I used, and I used like a Reeves mixed media paper. And I was honestly overall happy with these pens. And the funny thing about these pens is they got a really weird smell. Like, they sort of smell like nothing, but then on certain paper, especially when I was drawing on the black paper, they had this odor that just, I don't know, I've never smelled anything like it. It was weird. You'd have to experience it for yourself. I can't really describe the smell that was coming from these particular markers. It was interesting. But by the time that I had finished the squares, it really looked like ice cream. I actually started to get hungry. I was like, this looks like ice cream. I don't know why, it just gives me the ice cream look. It just makes me hungry. So what I decided to do with the girl that's in the foreground was I decided to do her black and grey. So the background really stood out more, so you can really see the colours, basically. And this is where the picture took a really bad turn for me, because I really started to hate the picture and I couldn't shade it well. Like, as you can see, like, I'm starting to shade her shoulder. I just really, I don't know what happened. I just couldn't get the shading right. It just didn't look right to me. I went over it so many times and I just started to feel so discontent with this piece. And at this point I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And I don't know why. I have no idea why I started to feel like this when I was so happy with the squares in the background. I was so happy colouring in them and they looked great. But as I got on and I finished her shoulder and I did a bit on her face, I moved to her hair. And this is when I got a complete dislike for this picture, and I just felt as though I was just failing and I was crumbling. And no joke, I nearly burst into tears while I was doing this picture, because I actually think I worked on the hair. When I got to the hair, I think I worked on it for like nearly 45 minutes, and I was saturating the paper. The paper was just getting so wet from me just going over and over and over, and I was just, I just had to pause. Like, you'll see there's a few frames where you don't see much going on, like you don't see my hand doing anything even though it's sped up, and it's because I just had to stop and pause and go, am I just gonna abort this picture because I can't do anymore? Like, I just I might be being over dramatic, but yeah, I don't know, it just didn't flow. Like, there was just no flow with doing this picture. And it was a little bit disappointing in myself, because what actually happened when I finish the girl and I go in with a white gel pen, the white gel pen I feel saved the picture. And I've really been relying a lot, and I don't know if I should be. I don't know if it's something that I really should not be doing, is relying on my white gel pen to save my pictures, because I just love how you can add highlights and you can really highlight a lot of areas in the picture. But the problem I have with the white gel pens is I have this switch inside me that does not know when to turn off and stop using a white gel pen. I tend to just go a little bit loopy, and I just start highlighting everything I can because I'm so unhappy with the picture. I just go, I need to put white gel pen everywhere. I gotta laugh at myself. And what was really aggravating me as well was the fact that it's summer here in Australia, and we have so many bugs, and I'm trying to do this picture like I'm upset. I am completely upset with this picture. I'm nearly bursting into tears, and I have got all these bugs flying around me. They're landing on my arm. I'm swatting them away. They're biting me. And I'm in this frame of mind where I could just break and just have a brain snap at any second. So, it was just a horrible atmosphere at this particular point in time when I was doing this picture. But I really had nothing to worry about because I was once I'd done this picture, I was quite happy with it. Like I was very, very happy with it. Like, so I really have this issue where, yeah, I overreact. Like I have this overreact mode I go into a lot, and it doesn't take me much to get triggered to go into overreaction mode, especially when it comes to art, because I'm still in the stages of, you know, improving, and judging myself and comparing myself to other artists, which I shouldn't be doing. I'm still in this very fragile stage where anything just knocks me off that pedestal, and I just feel like shit, pretty much. even when the picture is like is really good, I still find parts in it I pick to pieces like hours or days after I've finished it. So yeah, that's art first world struggles there for you. Yeah, no, all in all, I was very happy with this picture at the end. So yeah, I did redeem myself, and I did feel a lot better for it. But yeah, I really did like the fact that I decided to do, you know, the coloured background and then make her black and grey, and I feel that it works. It definitely works in the picture, and it's yeah, overall, yeah, I am definitely happy with it. I think it's pretty cool. But like all pictures, there is definitely things and elements and things that I should have done differently. But that's the part of growing, and yeah, I learn from my mistakes and get advice from you guys who comment on my videos and have some excellent points, and I get people who send me emails with suggestions, and yeah, I'm so appreciative of it, because yeah, like I have been drawing for years, but I'm still learning. I am still learning all this new techniques that are out there, and I've been so sheltered for so long. You know, gone are the days where you just use a pencil and a pen and that to draw. Like, there is so much you can do now. You can just mix so many medias, and like in this piece, like I did watercolors. Like I did watercolors for her, and yeah, and then you mix like the white gel pen, or you use pencils to shade in the rest. Like, it's mind-blowing. Like, I know it's like you guys are probably thinking, that's nothing, like that's been around for years, but you know, this is all so new to me, because like I hadn't focused on, you know, art completely, and it's only been this year I've really honed in and realized there's so much out there that you can do, and so many medias you can mix on one bit of paper to create your masterpiece. And yeah, you know, it's the small things in life that amuse me. So yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this video of me creating this abstract type inspired girl with her ice cream squares that reminds me of in the background. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and have a lovely evening. Bye.